Hello. Good
Hello,
evening,
everyone.
everyone.
Yes.
Hi, Patricia. How are you?
I am good,
Um,
thank you.
Thank you so much. Come to our home. go live tonight. And I heard that you're from South of America, and
Mhm.
Wing was saying you used to be a teacher and a banker and extra more. Can you tell us more about you? Maybe you
Absolutely.
introduce yourself much better than I can introduce yourself.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for having me here. I am deeply honored to be on your show. My name is Patricia Peters. I am a mom, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a neighbor, a friend. And on top of all of that, I am a digital business owner. And before becoming a digital business owner, I was born in Guyana. So that makes me a Guyanese. I moved to the States 1999 and I came here with my two young daughters and my husband. And living in the States, I changed several roles. Like I started as a nanny, a babysitter in Manhattan. Then I moved upstate of New York, where I live. Now I was a banker. I started as a teller. Then I became a personal banker. And then I became a relationship banker. I am also a public servant for New York State. I am a notary and I can do weddings for New York in New York State as well. I am a wedding officiator as well.
Wow.
But COVID came and I changed my job description because I was like, I'm getting older. I want to do something with no paperwork and no people to bother me, right? Because when I'm at the bank, everybody waiting for me to take care of them. And that is when you go above and beyond to take care of your members or your customers.
Mm-hmm.
I changed my job description to work at a major green energy company. I started as a trainer, then I became a lead trainer. And the last 5 months of my job there, I was a CI coordinator. And on the 25th of March, 900 of us got laid off.
Wow.
And that's why I'm telling people, thank God I started this business a year ago, so I have something to fall back on. And that is my story, guys. I am a digital entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yay.
Um,
Good for you.
Before we go more in question and wondering and sharing on the stuff, Patricia, are you still live in New York City?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. I've been living here.
Okay.
I live in Queens, New York for 5 years and 21 years I've been living in upstate New York.
Okay. Next Sunday, me and Kim gonna go to the cruise to Bahamas for 7 days and nights. So that we gonna be in New York City, Brooklyn for the port. As the ship is there. So
Uh-huh.
next Sunday we gonna be over there. Hopefully, we will have some question the direction where we park the car and all that we go under the ship. But
I
anyway,
live I live 3 hours away from there.
3 hours.
okay,
Sorry, can help.
yeah.
There are garages.
Yeah.
There are a lot of garages. You can pay and leave your car there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Always
you live in
available.
upstate of New York.
Yes,
Yeah.
next to the
USA
capital.
is
The capital
Yeah.
of New York. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Because we went to New York City a few times and we hang out over there for a couple of days. And, but every time I go to New York City, I get dizzy because 4 o'clock in the morning, people walking, just like working in
Yes.
Boston
Yes.
Easy.
and
Yeah.
during the
The
daytime. I say,
hustle
what
and the
amazing.
bustle of the
Yeah.
city that never sleeps. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
And I look at the people 3 o'clock in the morning, they walk like they just wake up. I say, wow.
Yeah. They never sleep. They never sleep.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Now, Kim, do you have any question for Patricia?
Yes. But before I have a question for Patricia. First of all, thank you, Sis, to connect you to go live with us for tonight. And why I read your bio, I'm very inspired because you transit from many different type of jobs, and finally you found digital business online for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy for you and very admire that you came to our live for tonight. And I have a question for you. Very interesting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You've been transitioned through so many different jobs from
Mhm.
teaching to banking, from green energy, and now entrepreneur.
Mhm.
I learned that entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, yes.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What is
spelled-
the biggest?
It's
Huh?
spelled differently and it pronounced differently, and a lot of people say it wrong.
I know. I asked my son so many times, how you say that? Come teach me how to say it.
Mhm.
Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
Mhm.
So what's the biggest lesson you learned through this change, the change a type of job, and what has helped you stay resilient?
Resilient. Perfect.
Yeah.
Good question. I thought that was my number 2 question, but hey, that's my number 1 question. All right. The biggest life lesson from all my transitions and what keeps me or help me stay resilient. I'll tell you that. Change is inevitable, but growth is intentional. Moving from teaching to banking to green energy and now entrepreneurship, every transition reinforced one truth: adaptability. That's the biggest thing. Adaptability is your greatest asset. You move from one country to another, you have to adapt to the climate, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. When you move from one job to another, you have to adapt, right? So adaptability is your greatest asset. The world isn't waiting for anyone to be ready. It moves fast, and success comes to those who move with it. What helped me stay resilient? Learning to embrace uncertainty. Life is uncertain. We never know what happens next,
Yeah.
right? So if you see change as a threat, it'll always feel overwhelming. But if you see it as an opportunity, every challenge becomes a stepping stone. That's number 1, embracing uncertainty, right? Number 2, betting on yourself. You can't place confidence in anyone. You have to bet on yourself first, right? You have to trust yourself first before you trust any other human being. So betting on myself, doubt is loud, but confidence is louder. Each transition came with risk, but I trusted that my ability to learn, pivot, and evolve will take me forward. Keeping a strong network. That's another point of being resilient, right? No matter what industry I step into, relationships mattered. Surrounding myself with like-minded people helped me sharpen my vision and navigate challenges faster. So that is my answer for my transitions.
Wow, that's
Wow.
beautiful. Yeah.
I love the word you said, to adaptability.
Mhm.
That's really good. Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
You want to
one time my
teach
boss asked me in the bank, he said, Pat, why did you move from Guyana, a hot country, and come to the US that is so cold? I said, why do you leave the US and go to Hawaii to enjoy the sunshine?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I want to enjoy the cold. You want to enjoy the heat.
The
So
hot. Yeah.
there we go. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's true. You want
And we want to discover more, life so beautiful. Like you don't want to stuck in just one place for the whole life, right? And don't know anything out there. Yeah. So
anywhere you go, if you adapt, you will survive. You will fit in. You adapt, you fit in, right?
Yeah.
If you seclude yourself and you tell yourself you're better than everybody else and you can't stand this and you can't do this and you can't do this, life will be difficult for you. You have to get with the times, get with the groove, get in with the people, and like-minded people in this business is amazing. This community has the best like-minded people and an awesome community. You can talk to anyone, you can ask them anything. Everyone is so wonderful, so kind, and so amazing. And I can't wait to meet them next week.
Yay.
Really good. Yeah.
I'm very agree with Patricia because whatever you do, where you come from, you always want to adapt it to the climate. For example, we from New England, North of America.
New
here.
England, yep.
Yes, it's very cold in the winter.
Mhm.
Okay, in the winter we always try to go down south, like Florida. We always try to buy a home down there for a second home. When the winter we go down there, spend couple months down there, nice and warm. And then when the nice weather up in north, and then we travel up here. So most American people here in the United States of America here, some people luckily that they have a two home. Okay, one in the cold, one in the warm.
One in the warm.
Okay,
Yeah.
same thing here. I was from Vietnam. Okay, so it takes many years, many times to travel back and forth. You know, order to become U.S. citizen, it takes times and everything. So we go home when it's cold, and then when it's warm, and then we come back here. So more or less, like you have to sacrifice a lot of things so you can get what you want. So make the life comfortable. Come with the heat. I'm sure there's a lot of people who say, John, what happened is when it's cold, or we do just turn the heat on. And when it's warm, or we just turn air conditioner on. It's not the same because it's cold outside. Whatever you go out, you still see the snow. But in the winter time, in the December, I go to Vietnam, nice and warm. I see the warm weather all day long. Or the South of America, go down to Brazil in December, we see that. So what I'm trying to say is here, everybody can make your life that happen. You can make whatever. You can become freezing, we become warm. All depends on you. You can turn.
You adapt to the lifestyle, to the culture, to the climate, to the food, to the people. You know,
you can turn yourself from northern speak English and go down the south Brazil and then speak Spanish.
Yeah,
you can do that by learning every day. I speak a little bit Spanish when I need to see the Spanish people. I can do that. I enjoy no matter what. Okay.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
¿Cómo se llama?
Bien, ¿y tú? ¿Cómo te llamas? John, yo me llamo John Nugent. Yes. Sorry.
Yes, yeah, okay, good.
I know your name now, Patricia. Okay. ¿Dónde de tu casa?
Are you talking about my house? Yeah, I live in a house. Yeah.
You see? So
what does mean? What does mean?
Where is your home?
My house is in New York. Yeah.
New York. Okay. So we meet the different people. We learn. We do everything. We're not the type of person that I'm comfortable. I live in America. I speak English. I get enough food. I get enough money. I get enough. But life is not just about that. Life is more changing. Just like Patricia you said. You like to change your life from this to that. For experiencing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you have anything to share?
Yeah. Because thank you. Yeah.
I don't want to take on your time.
Yes. That's so beautiful. Like you have been changed a lot. Change different job title. So what's how you discovered this digital business and why you choose this one? Now I know it's a full time for you, right?
Yeah.
So can you share why you choose it?
Absolutely, Wen. So how did I discover this digital business?
Yeah.
Every great venture starts with a spark of curiosity. For me, stepping into the digital business world was a combination of necessity, timing, and vision. I saw the shift happening, the way technology was creating opportunities beyond traditional industries. And I wanted in, whether it was exploring new markets, leveraging digital tools, or finding smarter ways to reach people. I realized that entrepreneurship in the digital space wasn't just the future. It is right now. And this is my story, why I got in this business. So one day my daughter called me and she said, Mom, my car broke down. She was in Lake George. Her car broke down in the middle of the road. And lo and behold, she called me. We took care of that. The car cost $5,000 to replace the engine.
Wow.
Like any good parent, I dished that money out because that's my child, right?
Yes.
And living in upstate New York, you have to have a vehicle. So
Mhm.
I dished that money out. I was $5,000 poorer in my checking account. So one Sunday afternoon, I was lying in my bed and I was scrolling on social media, but it dawned on me, I had this uneasy feeling. And I was thinking, why am I feeling this way? It doesn't feel right. I was all discombobulated. And I said to myself, what if I die tomorrow? What is going to become of my children? They come to me for big needs. My parents are in their 80s. They can't help my kids anymore. My brothers, I have 4 brothers. They have their wives and their children to take care of. And I don't have a sister. When my kids need something, they come to me. And if I'm dead, what's going to happen to them? So scrolling through social media, all feeling uneasy, my coach popped up. My coach popped up and she was telling her story like there is no tomorrow. She was telling her story, how she sponsored her parents. She moved from her corporate job, 19 months. She threw in her towels and she took her kids from primary school, regular school to private school. She moved from small apartment to a sky-rise building. And she said she sponsored her parents and she's traveling the world and she's enjoying her best life now. And I was like, she also mentioned that the business has a legacy. And when I heard that, I said, this is what I want. Because if I'm dead and gone, I know I have a $200,000 life insurance that won't last my kids long, right? But if I have a legacy for them, that is what I want for my daughters. And that's what grasped my attention. That is what sparked the curiosity in me. I didn't check the business. I didn't do my diligence. I don't know if it's fake or if it's real, but I was desperate for something and I needed it. So when this woman was talking and she said she give offerings to the church and all this stuff, that resonates with me because as a Christian, that's what I want. I want to help the community. I want to help the church. I want to help my family. I want to help my kids. And it resonates with me. I dove headfirst into that business. Right? And that's why I'm here, guys. I have a mindset that is open like a parachute, not a closed one. An open parachute will take you places, but a closed parachute, you know what the end result will be. And because of my open mindset, that is why I am in this business today. And that is my answer, Gwen.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I
Very
know
good.
the life in New York is really expensive.
It is expensive, yeah.
Everything, yeah. If we don't have saving, we're in trouble. Yeah.
That's true. And the way the system is, you barely have anything to save because you have all these bills and you work less and you pay more bills. So you have nothing left. You have to be really, really stingy to save money in this country. Right? And as foreigners, we all know how that is, right? We rather to cook our food at home than rather going to eat at the restaurant. We rather to do our nails and bite our nails rather than to go do our nails at the salon, right? We rather do our own hair rather than going out. We save so much money because we don't live this luxurious life. And that is why for rainy days, we have something to fall back on.
Yeah. Wow, your answer very good. And as a parents, especially like us, we always worry about our kids. Even they get older, they marry, we still worry for them.
Yep.
So at that moment, you said, I can say that that is the big why. Your kid, your daughter.
That was my why. That was a huge why.
Huge why, and your
Yes.
design. You want something really wanted for your future, for your kid future. That's why you jump into this business. And the way you said before, adaptability, every change always give, for me, I think every change always give us a lesson, a chance to see new things. So let's say somebody, they really scary to do something new. They like to stay in the safety zone for life, so, and they have to work really hard because they have the bill to take care. So they have to work and pay for bill and pay this, pay that for their all lives. Sometimes they want to change, but they are afraid to change. It's not like us. We like to see new things. That's the point of
Mhm.
me too. We work together as a self-employee. We have small business, but one day I work with my husband, and then I just look out by the window. Every time we go home, I turn the window down. I look outside, always, wondering about the future. And I said to my mind, what happened? One day we cannot work like this anymore because very heavy duty and long hour. Even though we have on hour, we don't base somebody hour. I can wake up whatever I want. I can go home whatever I want. But the thing is still a lot of pressure on the job. And I said, what happened one day? Let's say accident happened, and then we cannot work. So what we can survive, because my kids still in school. One is done, but we still take care, So I said, I need some supplement income to secure my future.
Yes.
That's why I look out, I'm browsing on the Facebook, and I saw the content, the post, very nice, clear, nothing say anything like, make good money, stuff like that. Only share, I do this because of my backup plan for my kid. And this job, you don't need experience, you don't need a lot of skill for high technology. I'm curious. Beginning, I'm curious because I want to do this type of job. I like to do this type of job. I want to learn. I want to see new things. And because I can work everywhere I want.
Right.
So I pick it. I take it,
Yeah.
I'm very happy. And that is my mentor. That
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, very good. Very good. I'm glad you did.
And since then, I grow in a lot. I'm very happy. And before that, my husband have no idea. I told him what I did. I told, I like this. I look on the webinar. I make sure that he watch with me. Okay. And I said to him, you say yes or say no? I don't care. I do. I said, I do. I'll give you 3 good reasons. I told him 3 good reasons why I do this. And he agreed. He agreed. And since then, day by day, he always go with me for this business.
Yeah. What happened here is you don't know what tomorrow gonna turn out.
Yeah.
For example, 2019. Okay, what happened into COVID came. Okay, in that time before that, life is, we know that every 10 years go up and down in the economy wise. Okay,
Right.
but the 2019 when it came, we own the 4 house for rental. That's the income we use to take in for our kid and taking care of the house, all of that stuff. We have 4 house for rental for the apartments. So we sold that because the COVID came. We know that tomorrow is very bad. Donald Trump get on the television. Okay, the tenant don't have to pay the rent because the COVID coming. So I said, if
I remember that. Yeah.
Big trouble for us.
and I get 4 houses. I don't have income to come in. What I gonna do? You know what I do?
So
We go out. We sold the 4 units. So what happened after that? Okay, I'm looking for something maybe to buy, but I didn't do anything because I know tomorrow I go back. Okay, but it turned out 2020, the real estate go up. Right now it go up about 3-4.
Very, yes.
Yeah, very high.
So we cannot afford to buy another 4 house for rent anymore. So in the last 2 years, me and Kim got into this digital business online here. Okay, hopefully, so we can get some income to recovering for that. Okay, never mind about the business. We do construction business. Okay, that only for making, so much money for just live. It's not for to pay vacation on buy, vacation land and all kinds of like that. I mean, we used to go now Florida, have fun with that, go to Vietnam back and forth every year. Okay, but then after the COVID-19, what happened? No rental income, no extra income, nothing. We just if you do your work hard, even you own the business, you still have to be there and work. So we chose, digital business online here, That's another second business for the backup, because you don't know what turn out for tomorrow. Okay,
Right.
and you side, beside that, we getting older every day. We don't get younger.
Absolutely.
Just like the story you said, your daughter, the car broke down. It cost $5,000.
Mhm.
Not everybody have $5,000 in the bank for the spare. You know, to
That's
fix the car.
true.
No, not everybody have that.
Yeah.
Okay, you luckily you have. You luckily you have the credit card. You
I
luckily
know.
you can pay for that. But how lucky are gonna be lasting? You only go lucking so many times. You cannot luck on the way. Okay,
Absolutely
so
not.
you can make your luck by you doing that. Then choose your luck and make your luck come true.
Right.
That's the only way the lucky will come. Okay.
Mhm.
So, like now, we're doing this for a couple of years. Okay, I like this a lot, because this type of business here, it doesn't require anything. Doesn't require have to be a wonderful man. Don't have to require very handsome man. Don't
This
have
is
to
the best
require.
online business there is.
Yeah, I don't require $50,000. I don't require anything.
Don't make up or dress up.
All you do is just do
Be
it.
yourself, yeah.
Be yourself.
You know what? Right after the COVID-19, I look around. I look on the business, real estate, everything go up, everything go crazy. I don't see any business that's good for me, because I don't see anything. Okay, I don't see anything. Or I see this business here. Number one, doesn't require, like I just said, doesn't require a lot of knowledge. It doesn't require the money. It doesn't require much. All you do requires enjoy yourself on the talking basis, just like this. Okay.
Yep.
You meet the different people,
Casual
different
conversations.
Yes.
And you get to meet people around the world. Look, I'm from Guyana. You're from Vietnam. I never thought I'll be speaking to a Vietnamese man, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
You're my first.
Uh-huh. Patricia, you know, but I'm a professional dancer, right?
No, you are.
Yes. Okay. You're lucky that you can talk to the professional dancer. I can make people lose weight only 30 days. Okay.
I might have to ask what kind of a dancer he is.
Where are we from? And he danced. Okay. One day I will do that again. So let's get back to sit. You have anything more to talk with Patricia?
Yeah, thank you, and John. Yeah, John, for sharing the story. Because what about if we don't have house, right? So how we can survive? That's why I was thinking about my situations. Even I have full-time job, I still looking for the backup plan. Yeah, when I still have a job, because if I wait until something happens, that's too late, right?
Nothing is guaranteed.
Because
nothing is guaranteed.
You know, in US, if 3 months we don't have income, we're in trouble.
Big trouble.
Because who gonna pay all the bills in 3 months? All your savings not gonna go away.
Yeah, the bills don't have vacation. They're still waiting for you.
Yeah. Like Mr. John say, okay, the renter don't have to pay rent, but they have to pay the insurance, right? Mortgage and everything. So who cover that? That's why it's really important to have the backup plan. Then 4 of us here already had the backup plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. However, there are many people out there, they still looking for something for them. They know this business, they want to do it, but just like Sister Kim say, they still afraid. They afraid this business is scam, or it's not legit, or they cannot do it. So do you have any advice for them based on your experience? Yeah,
I do. Advice for someone hesitant to start. I knew there was a question. I knew there was a question broiling in that conversation. So This
You
is how
really want to share, right?
this is how I feel, right?
Yeah.
You'll never feel fully ready. And this is for people who are hesitant. You'll never feel fully ready. But that's exactly why you should begin. Starting imperfectly is better than waiting indefinitely. My best advice, you can't have $1 million dream on a minimum paycheck. Why not have $1 million mindset that can place you in a position to become a millionaire? Those sitting on the fence, I heard it all too many times, too many excuses. Why not be as simple as water? Everybody knows what water is, right? It has no color or taste. Boy, oh boy, it sure does quenches thirst and a million other things. Very important, water, right? But please think of yourself as simple as water. Adapt and overcome. Water never fight obstacles. It flows around them. When it meets a rock, it does not stop. It finds another way. And over time, it even shapes the hardest stones. So life will throw obstacles at you. But instead of resisting, learn to adapt. Change directions if needed, but never stop moving, because just like water, persistence always wins in the end. So for those who are hesitant, focus on learning, not perfection. Every successful entrepreneur started clueless and figured it out along the way. I was number one. I had no clue what I was doing. Focus on opportunities, not the problems. Number two, take small but meaningful steps. You don't have to launch everything at once. Start with one action that moves you forward. Maybe you're thinking about rejection. Oh, what will people say? I might be rejected. What if that rejection is a redirection? What if your struggles are shaping you for something bigger? And what if your setbacks is just part of a setup? Maybe life isn't happening to you, but it is happening for you. Just think about it. I didn't know that I was going to be in a business. I never knew I was going to be a digital business owner. I have no experience. I have no business diploma, right? But getting into this business as a Christian, I feel that God has a plan and a purpose for my life. And so you too, if you're watching out there, if God sets you on a path, follow it. He is directing you to bigger and better things. Remember, regrets stings more than risk. A year from now, you wouldn't regret trying. You'll regret not trying. So if you love life, don't waste time. For time is what life is made up of. And if you're on the fence, take one step today. Whether it's researching, networking, or committing to an idea, any idea. It doesn't have to be our business. Anything. Do something, right? The moment you start, momentum kicks in. And once that happens, the real magic begins. So my advice for people on the fence, be like water. Keep moving. Resist the obstacles. Adapt the circumstances. And let determination be your flow. Be water.
Wow.
Patricia,
Wonderful message.
Patricia, you speak as very, very wonderful speak. I don't know
She
how
English
you get,
teacher.
how did you get the term from that? The water can shape up the rocks. In Vietnamese say nước chảy đá mòn. Okay, whatever you say, I can't unbelievable. Okay, and also is I just wanted to share this with this. Be the water. It's nice, soft water. Just like water in the ocean, just like water in the rain, just like the water, nice and soft.
I said, if I want to share a topic on people that are hesitant, I might use something that everybody could resonate with. They use water on a daily basis, right?
But you know that water is the most powerful things in the world. because we
It
use
is
the
vital.
water.
It is powerful.
Yeah,
It
we
is
can't live without water. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
you cannot live without the water. Just
Mhm.
like the water go and the compressor, the water
Water
can cut.
can cut diamond.
You cut diamonds, cut the
Yeah.
airplane.
Yeah.
Okay, cut the
Yeah.
airplane.
Water can
Okay.
break rocks and it can make rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also is can you share that how could you speak English so well? You come from South of America.
Yes. So why I speak English so well?
Yeah, and
So
Spanish too.
I'll
Both
tell
of
you,
them.
I'll tell you a funny story. So when I came in this country, right,
Okay.
my boss, they think I was born here because I speak to them so proper that they thought I was born here, and I let them
Okay.
feel that way. But
Okay.
I was born in Guyana, and Guyana is south of America. Guyana is the only English-speaking country among 13 South American countries. So the rest speak French, Portuguese, and Spanish, along with Dutch, right? So we were the only ones because we were once British Guyana. And that is the reason why we speak English and speak
well.
it
So well. Yeah.
Yes, that's nice. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, that's
Just
nice.
like just like when I growing up, when it was about 12 years old, I started taking French in school. My father said, John, why you take French? The French, they went home a long time ago. They never come back Vietnam anymore. Learn English, American, So that's why I took English. Yeah, I learned English from them.
John, you're not bad. You're not bad yourself. You did pretty amazing as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah, it's very nice about this global business because every time I interview the foreigner like you, we have learned a lot about new things and culture and language. And it's really grateful to have you here like an English teacher and we able to talk and discuss to an English teacher. That's really, thank you.
Very nice. Very
Thank
nice.
you
We
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for having me. I am honored. And let me give you a little bit of feedback. So a lot of people, I interview an Indian woman. And when I told her I'm Indian, she was shocked. She was so shocked. She said, no way, you're not Indian. I was like, yes, I am Indian. My ancestors came from India. The British took them as indentured laborers to Guyana. And that's how I come about. So I'm Indian to the bone. I know how to cook dal and rice and curry and all these things and roti and everything, So I am really, really an Indian. My hair is twisted. I don't know how, but I have a daughter. My daughter's hair is twisted as well. I have two daughters. One hair is straight, one is twisted as well.
Wow.
So, so she told me, she said, Mom, I asked her, honey, I don't know how come we have curly hair. She said, people who were born with oval shaped hair roots, right? Their hairs are curly. And those with round hair roots, their hair are straight. So Indians, on the whole, Indians are supposed to have straight hair. That's in our DNA to have straight hair. But the British took my ancestors to Guyana. Then they bring Africans and all these people, 6 races of people. Do you know who was our first president in Guyana? Comrade Arthur Chong, a Chinese man.
Oh, really?
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Straight hair.
Now.
Straight hair.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Chinese people, they go everywhere.
And so are the Indians.
Yes.
Right?
The first what is that called? The first fly up to the moon.
Yeah. Was it?
Yes. They call the person that in the spaceship. When they get to the moon, they open the ship out, and they see one Chinaman say, "You want some Chinese noodles?" Yes. The USA from America, from New York, they should. And the spaceship.
In Guyana, everywhere you go, there is a Chinese restaurant. The Chinese are taking over Guyana. There are sky-rise building, hotels, grocery store, everywhere. When I was pregnant for my first child, there was a restaurant right in my village. Every day I would eat Chinese food. When my daughter was born, the nurse asked me, is your husband Chinese? I was like, why? She said, your daughter's hair is so straight. Now the funny story is, she is 33 years old. She just got proposed by a Chinese guy.
Wow.
Her fiance is Chinese. Well, he's Taiwanese. Well, same thing.
Taiwanese. Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. My story.
Yeah. Very nice story.
Yeah. But anyway, we were talking about India. You know, you heard about the airplane in India.
I know my blood pressure raises. I was telling when my blood pressure raises when I saw that, because I'm flying out Wednesday, and I'm scared to death.
And you heard the story about a lady. She missed the airplane. She tried to rush into try to be on the airplane, but she was 10 minutes late. So she could not get on the plane.
It's okay, right?
Yeah. She was late for 10 minutes. So say, I missed.
Her time was that one man walked out.
One man survival. Yeah. Only one man.
That's a miracle.
That's very sad.
But because of technology these days, you get to see everything that's happening to the last minute in the plane. Yeah, it was scary.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's the whole life.
So we work.
Let's say talk about
and so we don't know what is next moment, what we can do the best today, and just do it today.
Just happy now. Yeah.
And that is why I say to people, say to people, live your life as if you're gonna die the next minute. Live a very loving, caring, and beautiful life. Love your family like there is no tomorrow, right? And I believe that.
Okay. Because the time is we don't have much time here, but the next time if I see anybody, I will introduce you, Patricia, and learn English from you.
Perfect.
We will invite you one more time to come over.
Yeah.
One more time.
Sure.
Thank you very much to be here with us for tonight.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone to watching us for tonight. So
for those who are watching, thank you all for watching, and thanks for the invitation. I really appreciate it. I felt like family right away, and it was beautiful. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Don't let the time go by. Always take opportunity and on your hand and take it now and take it today. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.